Have you ever been intrigued by Norse culture with its tales of legendary warriors and traditions? It's fascinating how Vikings are commonly depicted as fierce, bloodthirsty barbarians, isn't it? But what if I told you that there's a complex web of laws and justice systems that paints a much more intricate picture of their society? Join me on a captivating journey as we unravel the mysteries of the Thing, an assembly that held the keys to Viking justice. And speaking of justice, have you ever wondered about the symbolic nature of their punishments? What stories do these punishments tell about their values and beliefs? But that's not all. We'll also peer into the realm of Viking funerals, where rituals and customs offer insights into their views on the afterlife. So, are you ready to dive into the heart of Norse culture and explore the depths of their intriguing world? The Assembly of Justice, the Thing. Contrary to the common perception of Viking brutality, the sword did not solely govern their society. The ancient Norse upheld a sophisticated system of laws, preventing unnecessary violence. At the heart of the system was the Thing, an assembly that convened to resolve disputes, make communal decisions, and maintain order. Unlike a single ruling king, each Viking territory had its own leader, representing the community before the assembly. Participation in the Thing was limited to free men of legal age with a fixed residence, with women rarely granted an active role. The Thing's function extended beyond legislation and justice, as it also addressed the defense of the territory in regional assemblies. While written records are sparse, the guidance of a lagman, an individual well-versed in the laws, was sought during trials. This assembly system reflects the Norse commitment to preserving harmony and preventing unnecessary bloodshed. Viking justice and punishments. The Viking justice system aimed to curtail violence and promote restitution for wrongs committed. While there were instances of individual vengeance, most disputes were resolved through fines known as vergeld, meaning the price of a man. This compensation varied based on the victim's status, highlighting the distinction between offending a Viking leader and a peasant. Rather than face outlawry, which entailed loss of property, inheritance, and an existence on the run, Vikings preferred monetary penalties or other forms of punishment. One such brutal penalty was the blood post or fatal walk. This horrifying punishment involved tying the offender to an oak tree, opening their belly to access an intestine, and forcing them to walk around the tree until death. While the specific crimes leading to this punishment are unclear, it underlines the severity of certain transgressions. With the advent of Christianity, Vikings incorporated new methods of punishment, such as trials for witchcraft. Accused individuals faced the infamous water trial, wherein they were bound and thrown into a lake. Floating indicated guilt, while drowning signaled innocence. The trial by fire subjected the accused to walking on burning embers or holding a red-hot metal bar. If wounds did not heal after 7 days, the accused would be deemed guilty and sentenced to hanging. The concept of honor and dueling. Vikings held honor in high regard, influencing their approach to conflict resolution. When disputes didn't reach the Thing, parties could opt for an honorable duel. The victor was seen as capable of defending themselves, earning a place in Valhalla, the Hall of the Slain, a highly esteemed afterlife. Such duels, though lethal, underscored the significance of honor in Norse society. Viking funeral rituals. Viking funeral customs reflected their belief in the afterlife and the importance of preparing the deceased for their journey. Burials varied based on social status and gender. Women and children were often buried in the ground, sometimes forming a symbolic Viking ship silhouette. Resources determined the extravagance of the burial, with wealthier families adorning tombs with valuable items. Cremation in pyres was another form of burial, accompanied by offerings to facilitate the soul's ascent. For individuals of higher status, elaborate funeral ceremonies were conducted. The deceased were placed on a boat adorned with fabrics, pillows, and flowers. Valuables, offerings, and even slaves accompanied the departed. The boat would be set ablaze, sailing aimlessly on the water as mourners bid their farewells, creating a poignant and solemn ritual. The Blood Eagle, the apex of brutality. Among the most chilling aspects of Viking justice was the gruesome punishment known as the Blood Eagle. Reserved for those who severely dishonored fellow countrymen or were perceived as heinous enemies, this ritual execution showcased the Vikings' capacity for cruelty. The condemned individual's arms were outstretched, and an executioner would carve an eagle shape on their back, then systematically sever each rib with surgical precision. Lungs were pulled out to mimic the flapping of an eagle's wings, creating a horrific spectacle of suffering and agony. While Vikings are often depicted as savage raiders, their justice system reveals a more nuanced perspective. The assembly of justice, the Thing, emphasized meditation and resolution over bloodshed. Punishments, including fines and symbolic rituals, aimed at restoring balance and preventing further harm. The deeply rooted concept of honor guided their interactions and decisions, even in duels. Viking funeral practices offered a glimpse into their beliefs about the afterlife and the importance of ritualistic farewells. Among these practices, the blood eagle stands out as a chilling testament to Viking ingenuity in inflicting suffering. While their methods may seem barbaric, understanding the complexity and depth of Viking culture can both horrify and fascinate, offering a unique lens into a civilization marked by its own intricate sense of justice and morality.